We did it.
Unboxing Eric. He's just a little guy. How can he cause this much drama? Watch him fly. Unboxing Eric.
Look at me. I'm flying with balloons.
You know what to do.
Hello, Stern.
Unboxing Eric.
All right, it's time for some unboxing, Eric. Here we go with Call 100. This happened on November 29th, 2006, in the year of our Lord. And we miss you, Eric.
Let's go to Eric the Midget. Eric, you're on the air.
Good morning.
Good morning, Eric.
I've been trying to get on the air for weeks.
I know it's hard. We have a lot of phone
you
callers.
must have something very important to say.
I was going to say, well, how come you should call in?
Well, I've been calling in and I've been left on hold every day.
So what have you been waiting to say all this time?
Well, just that I will agree to do the balloon stunt.
What?
Yeah!
Nobody cares now. See you later.
Oh, no.
I agree to do the balloon.
Really? You want to be floating on with balloons?
Yes, in your studio.
So he agrees to it. What do you initially think here, Luigi?
Do you mean like when I heard it live? What I thought?
Well, what
I mean,
like so
I,
Eric?
I know how I know how it turns out. I guess is what I mean.
Okay, but yeah. So my thought initially when I heard this fresh the first time, after years of not hearing it, was, oh, Eric needs tickets to something. He's like he doesn't offer. Eric never offers anything unless he gets what he needs back from it. And so I was like, all right, what's the ask? Here comes an ask.
On January 9th, 2007.
No stipulations.
Just that I would just like to go to the Billboard Awards this Monday night and also be
There it is.
on the TV show Heroes.
Oh, forget about it.
All right, I'll pick up the phone in another 3 weeks. Goodbye.
All he wants, Luigi, all he wants is to be on the #1 TV show in America. I mean, come on.
And also an NBC show, which you know what's interesting. You know what's interesting about Eric was that Eric thought that all celebrities went to the same coffee shops, same restaurants, and all knew each other, and therefore, despite having no actual business connections to NBC, Howard's a celebrity, so he could get Eric a job anywhere, and it's amazing.
Well,
it's amazing that anyone could think that.
This is the Access Hollywood brain that Eric had, right? Like,
Yeah.
Kelly Clarkson, and then Michael Jackson, and then R. Kelly. Like, I'm picking degenerates, but I'm just saying, like, all these people were on one show. So Eric's like, they all know each other. They're on the same show, but it's like a variety show. They film in different parts of the country. Eric didn't understand that they weren't all hanging out.
I mean, yeah, but that's exactly what he thought was, they all went to the exact same gym. They all went to the exact same restaurant.
They all go to Diddy parties.
All their kids went to the same school. Hey, did you say this was November 29th?
I have it as November 29th, 2006.
Okay, good. All right. Want to make it.
You're so particular on that shit. Let
I'm
it
keeping
go. It was
a log,
a 3-second
brother.
call. It was a 3-second call.
Keeping a log.
You last twice as long with your wife. Hey-o!
Show Heroes. That is a
I
good
was
show.
like, oh, Billboard Awards. Okay, we can get him in there.
Right.
And I want to be on the show Heroes.
I just hung up on him.
How about the show Homos?
You want to float with balloons? What do you need to do? What do I need to do?
I need $1 million in unmarked bills.
In a suitcase left under a bridge.
Not being facetious. Remember, the original demand was Eric needed $1 million. $500,000 for him, $250,000 for Ehlers Danlos, $250,000 for the Little People Association of America. He asked for $1 million.
No, that was part of his request.
That was the cash request of his.
Yeah.
There was
also
another
asked
$1 million
for a
in
truck.
This is a G4, $300 million jet. He asked for an aircraft carrier.
Get off
That
my
was
phone.
funny. And on the TV show Heroes.
No. Anything?
Oh, yes, we got Fringe coming up. We got Eric was on 2 more shows, and so we have so much. And Kendra, you know what to
Kendra.
do. Kendra is coming up, and then someone reminded me of something today too about Eric. That I was like, holy shit, I totally forgot about that. And then so like, there's so much future stuff coming up with Eric here. The first few years, the first 5 years, have packed a punch, but the last 5 years really are what define Eric. I think. Thank you.
He was he's on 3 more shows.
Oh yes, no. Well, I guess I'm counting. It depends how we count them. I don't want to give anything away, but yes, 3 more shows in total. In total, yes.
Anything else? He'd be good on Heroes. It would be cool if he was a super guy
What
with
would his
superpowers.
power be?
His IMDb is stronger than Stuttering John's. That is for sure, 100%.
More impactful, definitely.
He'd be in the Dabbleverse with better credits than Stuttering John. Just think about that.
Believe me, I've thought about this a lot, and I've probably thought about it an inordinate amount of time, more than most people, is that the Dabbleverse was made for Eric, and unfortunately, the second best thing we had was John. But this should be Eric's world. Should have been.
We need to start a movement to get Bigfoot into the Dabbleverse, because he would take over the Dabbleverse. He would. John would have 3 viewers, and everyone would be watching fucking Bigfoot from Vermont. Oh, I miss that guy. And
welcome to my show. It is.
Yeah, so I'm going live. Is this the chat room? Like, I'd love him to hear, like, they're going to porn bomb me. It is. Like, I'd love to hear modern phrases coming from Beetlejuice, or you know
what's sad though? He can't read super chats.
No, I can't read this. I got this dumb cunt. She's got a cock. Read this thing. I'll give you a smoke. I'll give you a happy smoke. It is happy smoke. And we will be featuring Bigfoot on an unboxing. He is my second favorite whack packer of all time. Behind him.
Man.
And so
I loved when Bigfoot was funny, but man, his story gets so dark, and it is hard to listen to that stuff.
Go try to debunk that story. That story's all too real.
It is so dark.
What's a more horror story, the Annabelle, the Amityville house, or the Bigfoot story? Because I'll tell you what, I'm spending my life in that house before I'm a day as Bigfoot.
Yeah, I will take my chances with the ghosts.
I ain't blowing my postman. That's all I'm saying.
Or sticking your fingers. He was like, he pays me to stick my fingers in his ass.
Imagine the guy just delivers mail and goes, hey, what you doing? I can do some things to you. And then the postman's life is so boring. He's like, all right, what the fuck? I don't care. That's what we're talking about. It's Bigfoot coming up. Coming up next is the Jesus Twins.
I don't know. Like
Annoyance.
He's already that.
Feel my...
Eric, you want to float?
So you don't know the Jesus Twins as well as I do, but I think they are the best micro guest and micro lolcow that was on the Stern Show.
I'm very familiar with their one infamous appearance. I really just didn't know they had made multiple appearances, but the one big one I'm well aware of. Yeah.
So that's like 50% of their appearances. And so like the others are sort of ancillary, but they do build a storyline off that. And then they're at a fight, and then they're sort of everywhere for a while. And then you follow their individual story after Stern, and I want to get into that too, because that gets oh my god, does that get dark.
I've heard a little bit about that, and I've heard that's crazy.
There's videos online. I've watched them all, and I've now saved them, where basically they chronicle the downfall. These two brothers found some skirts that would just film them while they were all depressed. And so those videos are out there, and then the eulogy, and then the guy like doing songs 5 years later about his twin brother, and then him discovering walking dogs. I know everything about this. I know where Jonathan Mendelsohn is right now. Like he sells insurance. I know where. I love the Jesus Twins, so we're gonna get into it. But this show isn't about. Yes, he's amazing.
These guys are the next big thing.
There's never been a better individual character that I've laughed harder at than Jonathan Mendelsohn. Ever. You couldn't write it, you know? Jim Carrey couldn't play it. It was beautiful.
Oh, with balloons in my studio, that's great news. No stipulations?
Not really. All I want is a colony built for me on Jupiter.
A colony built for you on Jupiter?
Yes. What I am indicating is I'll need oxygen, 10 years supply of food. With the weightlessness I'll experience on Jupiter, I will experience flight. Also, I would like a village built for my height appropriate for Eric the Midget.
Let me get this straight. In order to float you with balloons, I've got to build a rocket ship, get you to Jupiter, build a height-appropriate village for you and living environment.
Yes.
That's all.
Do you
I want to
remember one of his original requests, in addition to the $1 million and the truck, was he wanted the show to find the world's best doctor to give him back the use of his legs.
Right, yeah. No, that was a later. So that came later. That was like an ancillary request. After they refused his first request, he's like, because they talked about, Eric could walk again. And he got like the idea that, okay, maybe I could ask them for doctors to fix me. And so that's like, scratch this. All the things I asked for, scratch it. Fix my legs and I'll do the balloon stuff. And, that didn't happen, obviously, because that was hundreds of thousands of dollars. And he clearly, his heart couldn't handle a surgery. So that's why he kind of lived the way he did.
It was hundreds of thousands of dollars and science fiction. It also did not exist in the real world.
Still not available today. Like 10 years later, still not available. Or 18 years later, wherever the fuck.
Working for me at JFK.
I want Catherine McVeigh to receive my seed on her face also.
Any stipulations?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. Luigi, don't. I know you wanted to. I heard a braka coming out of you, and I just wanted to stop it before it happened. Hold your mouth. Hold your tongue. All right.
It wants to escape.
That made those way too long to say. All right. Call summary for... Stop it. I said stop it. Call 100 is in the books, people. We did it. You know, when you commit to this shit, I call us 100. You're like, oh, we'll never make it. I'll probably quit before. No, we made it. Eric was getting the cold shoulder. Left on hold every day, just being ignored. He agreed to do the balloon stunt. No one cares. He feels ostracized at this point. He wants to go to the Billboard award shows. He wants to be on the show Heroes, but no one is listening to his demands. He wants a Jupiter colony. They don't care.
For watching Unboxing Eric.
Every call, we can't wait for the ring.
Bye for now.
You know what to do.